We have to come to terms with a reality. Maybe it's a new reality. I don't know. Donald Trump and Kari Lake aren't like Hitler. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But the growing fad of right-wing rallies by people, especially when they aren't running for elected office, to fire people up with their authoritarian rhetoric and right-wing populist rhetoric, are in the style of the rallies that used to be done by Mussolini and Hitler and others. Not saying Trump is Hitler, not saying Kari Lake is Mussolini, okay? But understanding the history, if you have an understanding of the history, you could come only to this conclusion. The latest example is that Kari Lake, who lost her race to be Arizona's governor, she's holding a rally called a Save Arizona rally, presumably to save Arizona. From what? I don't know. Maybe Katie Hobbs, the person that actually was elected governor. We will learn more about it, I guess, on January 29th. She tweeted, "Get ready. Kari Lake is holding a rally on Sunday, January 29. You do not want to miss this. Hashtag Save Arizona." If you look at the picture they use, it is, it's certainly Trumpian. Listen, if you're only listening today, check out Kari Lake's Twitter and look at the picture that was selected to promote this this event in Arizona. Kari Lake lost. Kari Lake isn't going to be governor. I mean, if she runs in the future and wins, she could end up as governor, but no legal mechanism, no maneuvering, no lawsuit, none of what Kari Lake has been raising money for is going to make her the governor. Katie Hobbs is the governor. This is an agitprop rally, and we really have to understand the history. These rallies are very reminiscent of the fascist rallies that people like Mussolini and Hitler would do. Mussolini and Hitler would routinely hold rallies to show their authority, to get people behind their cause, as misguided as it might have been. The rallies would often include shouting and chanting and music, similar to modern Republican rallies. The fascist rallies would include rhetoric that was meant to make people afraid and make people hate certain groups of people. Trump and Lake have been doing this regularly. You've got to be afraid of Democrats. You've got to be afraid of Marxists. You've got to be afraid of immigrants. You've got to be afraid of academics. You've got to be on media elites. You've got to be afraid of all of them. They're going to come for your kids. You've got to be afraid of drag queens and trans people and all of this stuff. And Mussolini specifically would use rallies to vilify opponents as well. That's a Trump Kari Lake classic. Our political rivals must be vilified. Hillary's bad. Adam Schiff has a watermelon head, and Joe Biden's a dangerous Marxist, and Hunter Biden and Barack Obama and all the different people. Obama. Yeah. The fascist rallies also have a tradition of using language and symbols that are crafted to manipulate followers. Hitler was well known for using dramatic, emotive language and grandiose gestures during his speeches and symbols. There were Nazi symbols all over to boost morale. Mussolini had this phrase, believe, obey, fight, in his speeches. And it's become a slogan of Italian fascism. And Trump has this routine he does where he does, "We will make America strong again. And we will make America," and it kind of just builds and builds and builds from there. There is a big similarity. Music was a part of these fascist and Nazi rallies. And Trump has started to do this thing where he will lament the downfall of America over a backdrop of sort of melodramatic music. The similarities are stunning. And we're not saying Trump is Hitler. We're not saying Kari Lake is Mussolini or, whoever. But it's important to understand prior movements that have used this type of imagery, that have used these types of events. We don't have anyone going to the Arizona rally. If someone wanted to be our correspondent and do some interviews, it would be interesting sociologically and culturally and psychologically to see who the hell goes to these rallies anyway. But you can get in touch, info@davidpakman.com. If you're like set up to record interviews and want to go to the event on January 29th, we will be at Trump's South Carolina rally. Luke Beasley will be there. And then when I get back from my trip, I will have those clips for you. So a lot of wild, wacky, and dangerous stuff going on. And maybe there's one other thing that I think is worth saying about this. I didn't use the word cult once in this particular segment. We can't ignore that storyline either. And on the one hand, you have how reminiscent the Trump Lake type rallies are of fascist and authoritarian rallies. Yes, you have that. At the follower level, we also have the cult analysis, which is that much of when you interview these folks, as we have done many times, the thinking, the statements, the speech, the rationalization, all of it that we see is very reminiscent of someone that has been brainwashed into a cult. And to a great degree, we've spoken to experts on cults and psychologists and experts on authoritarianism and all these different things. To a great degree, you have at the top this authoritarian fascist rally style and mode of messaging, and below what are essentially cult members as the followers. And that is a dangerous and disturbing combination. Make sure you're subscribed to The David Pakman Show on YouTube. It's easy. It's free. I will update you tomorrow on the aftermath of the YouTube fiasco that I told you about. But as of last check, let me see here. We have somehow, these are unbelievable numbers, added, hold on, let me see here. On Monday, we added 12,000 YouTube subscribers, and yesterday, Tuesday, we added about 6. That's 18,000 new subscribers over the last 2 days. Stunning. All from that one clip. So I'll have a full report to you about that tomorrow, but remember, you can subscribe free at youtube.com/The David Pakman Show. You might remember that a few years ago, the show got hacked and many thousands of dollars were stolen. We never got it back. It's a terrible feeling. It can happen to anyone. But a couple of years ago, we got Aura, which really gives us significantly more peace of mind. And our sponsor, Aura, is the app that protects you from scammers by alerting you anytime your info like email, passwords, social security number are found in data breaches. Aura also automatically requests removal of your info from search engines, and it can reduce spam calls. Aura alerts you quickly about suspicious credit inquiries, like if someone tries to take a loan out in your name. And Aura's password manager makes it easy to keep your account secure to begin with. Aura also has parental controls for your kids' devices. You can restrict apps or manage screen time, set focus time, make sure they're doing homework instead of binging on YouTube. You can try Aura free for 14 days at aura.com/Pakman. Use the free trial to see if your email, password are already out there. You may be surprised. The link is down below.